From the ITProTV studios in Gainesville, Florida, this is IT Jeopardy! Let's meet today's contestants. A former diesel mechanic, he created Twitter, but for dogs. From unincorporated Columbia County, Florida, Ronnie Wong. An aspiring sandwich artist and part-time bedazzler, from Citrus County, Florida, Cherokee Boose. And our returning champion, a retired school teacher and amateur flea market Santa, from a lean-to deep in the Virginia mountains, Justin Dennison, whose one-day cryptocurrency earnings total 0 Bitcoin. And now, here's the host of IT Jeopardy, Don Pezet.
Thank you, and welcome to IT Jeopardy. I'm your host, Don Pezet, and we have got a great game lined up. We have our esteemed board of edutainers here who are going to be our contestants today. We'll get a chance to test their knowledge and see whether or not they actually know anything, or at least anything relevant. We'll see what happens there. But I do want to extend a special thank you to all of you viewers out there tuning in. You know, many of you have jumped in as a free member to watch this episode, and that's pretty exciting. As a free member, you get access to a lot of stuff. But we are actually running a bit of a special right now if you want to upgrade your membership. You can become a standard member, which will give you access to things like practice labs and practice tests. If you upgrade to an annual subscription, you'll actually gain access to downloads as well. So there's a lot of extra value there once you become a full member. Today, you can use the code GAMESHOW30 to take 30% off of your subscription, and not just for today, or not just for this year, but that 30% off is for the lifetime of your subscription. So you can jump in early and make 2020 your best year yet when it comes to IT, education, and learning. You'll definitely want to take advantage of that while you can. And remember, you can always chat with our member services team if you want to learn more about upgrading your subscription. All right, well, enough of that. Let's jump in. We're here for IT Jeopardy. Let's take a look at our categories. All right, our first category today is the silver screen. These questions are going to, or these answers are going to be related to movies that deal with tech. Our second category is Wes's Workbench. These are video clues that will center around various hardware components. Dev Constructs is a developer category focused on, well, stuff that programmers do, whatever that is. Our fourth category is the OSI model, the Open Systems Interconnect, so we'll learn a little bit about networking there. And our final category is Windows versions, talking about some of the different versions of Microsoft Windows, as the name would imply. All right, now before the show, we drew straws to see who would go first, and Ronnie, you were our winner. Right. So where do you want to start?
Let's start with the OSI model for 100.
All right, our clue is the ISO OSI model describes network communications by categorizing them into this many layers. All right.
Ding!
Okay, you know what? Ronnie, why don't you tell us what the answer or question is?
What is 7 layers?
That is correct. 7 layers in the OSI model. All right, Ronnie, what's next?
Let's go for the silver screen for 200.
All right, jumping into our movie category, the clue here, Justin Timberlake portrays Sean Parker, the creator of this music pirating service in 2010's The Social Network. Justin.
What is Napster?
Napster is correct. You gonna stick with the category or jump to another one?
Let's go silver screen for 300.
And our clue? Actor Steve Guttenberg's character saves this robot from a short circuit in a 1986 comedy. Justin.
What is Johnny 5?
I'm so glad you got that right with such a vigorous click. What's our next?
Silver screen 400.
In this 1993 blockbuster, a 12-year-old girl saves the day after saying, "This is a Unix system. I know this." Whoa, this might be our first stumper. She knew Unix, but you guys don't know movies. Almost out of time. All right.
Oh, man.
That was Jurassic Park. She saved the day because just because you know Unix, you can bypass passwords.
That's true.
Everyone knows that.
Oh.
All right. Well, Justin, let's try again.
Let's finish out silver screen for 100.
In this film, Sandra Bullock's character uses the IP address 23.75.345.200, even though IPs can't go over 245. Ronnie.
What is the net?
The net is correct. That finishes off that category. Ronnie, what's going to be our next category?
All right, let's go to Wes's workbench for 200.
Many people mistakenly refer to their entire PC as this, but what they're actually describing is this single chip.
Ronnie.
What is the CPU?
That is correct. Common misnomer. If misnomer is the right word, that might be a misnomer. Ronnie, what one's next?
Let's go to Windows version 100.
And our clue? Windows XP was the first desktop version of Windows that would allow a single process to address more than 4 gigabytes of RAM by switching to this memory addressing architecture. Ronnie.
64-bit.
64-bit computing is the correct answer. What's next for us?
Let's do OSI model for 200.
This lowest of layers in the OSI model should be the first thing you check when troubleshooting network connections. Cherokee.
What is physical?
That is correct. The physical layer. Cables unplugged is a pretty common one. Cherokee, where do you want to go?
Let's go with Windows versions for 200.
Unlimited virtual machine guest licenses is perhaps the biggest advantage of this edition of Windows Server 2016. Cherokee.
What is data center?
That is correct. Used in a lot of data centers because of that very reason. All right, what is next?
Yeah, let's stick with that category, Windows versions for 300.
Or the OSI model. We'll try that one instead. These two protocols combine to disappear. These two protocols combine layers 3 and 4 to provide the most commonly used network stack on the internet. Justin.
TCP/IP.
That is correct.
What is TCP/IP? Oh, got it in.
Man.
Got it in.
Good point. We do need to remember to answer in the
yourself
form of a
out of
question.
I did because I saw it. It was coming. It was coming. Let's move over to Windows versions for 300.
That sounds like a great plan. This widely reviled version of Windows, released in the year 2000, was the last version of Windows built on top of DOS. Cherokee.
What is Windows ME or Millennium?
That is correct. Yeah. What is Windows ME? We'll accept that one. It was not Millennial Edition,
Not
but
Millennial.
Millennium Edition. Good enough. Good enough for me. All right, Cherokee. Where are we going?
Windows versions for 400.
This cloud-based tool from Microsoft allows administrators to easily monitor and maintain large numbers of Windows desktops. Cherokee.
What is the System Center Configuration Manager?
Oh, that is, you know what? I'm going to accept that.
Okay.
So Windows Intune is their entirely cloud-hosted system. System Center Configuration Manager can be cloud-hosted as well. So we're going to go ahead and accept that as a fair answer.
All right.
That wraps up our Windows versions category. Where do you want to go now?
OSI model for 400.
And our clue? This protocol used by the ping utility can confusingly be attributed to layers 2, 3, and even 4, depending on which reference you look at. Justin.
ICMP. What is ICMP? Woo! I'm going to have to.
That is correct.
It'll get you. It'll get you. Let's go ahead and dev constructs for 400.
All right, jumping in the developer category, Python supports 2 types of primitive loops, while and this. Justin.
What is the for loop?
That is correct, the for loop. Excellent.
Dev constructs for 300.
I do declare, or I don't, since Python creates these automatically the moment I assign a value to them. Justin.
What are variables?
That is correct. I'd be ashamed if you had gotten that one wrong. It's just a game, but you'd have lost your job.
Dev constructs for 200.
A common programming test involves the use of if, then, and this third alternative. Justin.
What is else?
Else is correct. You are running the category.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and finish it out.
You wouldn't know by its name, but this programming language isn't related to Oracle's Java at all. Justin.
What is JavaScript?
That is correct. JavaScript indeed. All right, well, that wraps up our dev constructs category and leaves us with Wes's workbench. Turns out people don't like Wes. So what value do we want to start with?
Let's start with 400.
And you have found our first daily double.
Do it all.
Now you'll have the opportunity to wager up to your entire winnings so far and potentially double that amount should you get the question correct. How much are you going to wager?
Let's go with 1,200.
1,200. All right, let's see Wes's clue.
This technology, commonly abbreviated DDR, powers memory chips, such as this DDR3 module here.
Double data RAM.
Ooh.
What is double data RAM?
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. It is actually double data rate. Very, very close though, and it's going to cost you $1,200. All right, well, you are still in control of the board, so where to next?
Wes's Workbench, 300.
Most computers perform a power-on self-test or post performed by this chip.
Ronnie.
What is the CMOS chip?
Oh, that is incorrect.
I know.
Justin.
What is the BIOS chip?
That is correct. Excellent. And that brings us to our final question on the first board, Wes's Workbench for 100. And let's see his clue.
Most devices like keyboards, mice, and even cell phones connect to a computer using this style of port.
Ronnie.
What is USB?
That is correct. USB ports are super duper common. That's the official technical term. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up our first board. Let's take a look at these scores. Right now, we've got Ronnie at $300, Cherokee at $1,100, and our returning champion, Justin Dennison, is at $1,300 in the lead, but not by much. Now, remember, our next round is going to be Double Jeopardy, where the values of each question will, oddly enough, double, which means it could be anybody's game. So don't count anyone out. We are going to be in an exciting round next time. We also have another daily double to count on too. So we're going to take a commercial break. When we get back, Double Jeopardy.
Are you a career changer or a budding tech pro who's looking to start their career in IT? I'm Wes Bryan, and along with my fellow ITProTV edutainer Cherokee Boose, we've just shot a new show just for you. Each week, we'll dive into topics to help you launch your career in tech. Watch how to get started in IT on YouTube now. Just head to youtube.com/ITProTV to watch and look for new episodes every Saturday at 9 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time.
All right, welcome back to IT Jeopardy. I'm your host, Don Pezet, and we are ready to jump back into our Double Jeopardy round. But you know what? Before we do that, let's take a moment and get to know our contestants. Our first contestant is Mr. Ronnie Wong. And, you know, I heard that you once had a chia pet surgically removed from your body. Tell me about that.
Well, I really shouldn't.
Well, you know, everyone's got to have their secrets.
I really shouldn't.
All right, let's jump over to our next contestant, Miss Cherokee Boose. Now, Cherokee, I hear that your hobby is making Halloween costumes for cats. How do you explain all the fatalities?
I have allergies.
Well, you know, it's always a good time to see an allergist and pursue your dreams of Halloween costume design. All right, and Justin Dennison, I mean, so much about you here, lean-to construction, engineering, but what I really want to know is your dedication to cheese in the face of your terrible disability of being lactose intolerant.
Well, you know what? Sometimes you just got to sacrifice for the greater good, and consuming, tasting, and validating that all cheeses are still great is where my job lies.
Well, there we go. You know, we've all got to have our dreams and we've got to try and achieve them, which is what we hope to do right here on IT Jeopardy. You know, speaking of dreams, you might be dreaming of becoming an ITProTV member, and you can do that. You actually already are a free member, right? But now is a great time to upgrade to one of our paid memberships. You can use the code GAMESHOW30 to get 30% off of your subscription for the life of the subscription, allowing you to make 2020 your best year yet by exposing you to over 4,000 hours of IT training in our library. Be sure to check that out. And you know what? Nothing says Merry Christmas like the gift of ITProTV. If you jump over to itpro.tv/gift, you can gift a subscription to someone else. Nothing says I love you like ITProTV or Merry Christmas. ITProTV says many things, probably too many things sometimes, but that's something you'll want to check out. All right, well, enough of that. Let's jump into round 2. Now, this is our double Jeopardy, so the values of each question have gone up. We do have a daily double hidden around somewhere across the board. We'll stumble across it. Let's take a look at those categories and see what we've got. Our first category is a before and after. And that means the answers will actually be made up, the questions to our answer will be made up of 2 different questions combined together. It's a pretty interesting one. You'll get a chance to see that. Our second category are tech locations. These are centered around geographical locations tied into technology. Our third category, web technologies, things that power the World Wide Web. Our fourth category is PC hardware, and our last is IT security. So pretty good topics for us to jump through. And at the end of the last round, we left with, I've already forgotten. Was it Cherokee you were in charge?
It was Ronnie.
I don't know.
Oh, it was Ronnie. Ronnie, oh, that's right. You seized control right there at the end.
Yes,
So
of course I did.
the old game show honor system. So Ronnie, where do we start?
Let's do before and after for 200.
All right, our clue, hardware like a wireless router that allows devices to connect to a network with Keanu Reeves and Patrick Swayze playing surfers. Justin.
Wireless access point break. What is wireless access point break?
All right.
There were too many words there.
Yep, the
Okay, I
answer
get
is
it now.
access point break. Yep, 2 words combined together. So good test, fun category. Justin, what's next?
Let's stay there for 400.
All right, and our clue. A story about a pig and a spider with a computer that delivers websites to a user's browser. Cherokee.
What is Charlotte's web server?
Excellent. Charlotte's web server is the correct answer. All right. Where do we go next?
Not that category.
600.
IT security for 200, please.
All right, let's see our clue. This term describes using more than one method when authenticating. Ronnie.
What is multi-factor authentication?
That is correct. We also would have accepted 2-factor or dual-factor authentication. All very valid names for the same exact technology. Where to next?
What is, PC hardware for 200.
And our clue here. This maternally named device interconnects each of a PC's smaller components. Ronnie.
What is a motherboard?
That is correct. Motherboard. And our next.
PC hardware for 400.
This type of memory is designed for high-speed, short-term storage. Justin.
What is flash?
No, that is incorrect.
What is RAM?
That is the correct answer. Random access memory. Let's go to our next question. What's it going to be, Ronnie?
All right, let's do tech locations for 400.
All right, we're jumping to a video clue.
Oh.
Let's see what Aubrey has to say.
Data centers like this one make up this Microsoft's colorfully named cloud service.
Justin.
What is Azure?
Azure is correct, and I'm not exactly sure how Aubrey got into that data center, as they are highly secure, restricted locations.
Let's go tech location 600.
This Cupertino, California company's address, One Infinite Loop, is a reference to a programming error.
Ronnie.
What is Apple?
Apple is correct. The company that has so much cash, they can actually stop the wind blowing the flags in front of their building.
Nice.
Pretty amazing technology.
It is.
What's next, Ronnie?
Let's do tech locations for 800.
And back to Aubrey.
This early distribution of Unix, developed at the University of California, Berkeley, later became the basis of Apple's Mac OS.
Justin.
What is BSD?
BSD is correct. You know, when I wrote that question, everyone told me none of you would get it. I'm pretty sure all 3 of you would have gotten that one. All right.
Underestimated us. Let's finish out the category for 200.
Networking giant Cisco styled its logo after this bridge in San Francisco, California.
Justin.
What is the Golden Gate Bridge?
That is correct, the Golden Gate Bridge. All right, well, that clears out our tech locations category. Which category do you want to move to?
Let's head on over to before and after for 600.
Cherokee's favorite category, a burger on a sesame seed bun and a hardware identification number that uniquely identifies each device on a network. Ronnie.
What is a Big Mac?
That is incorrect.
What is a Big Mac address?
There we go. A Big Mac address.
I was wondering what it was.
A Big Mac, you know, that's
Yeah.
could just be the burger, could.
Yeah, sure.
Uh,
Why not?
Let's finish out the category for 800.
A Windows command line interface played with 3 cups and a ball. Cherokee.
What is ping pong? Dang it.
Oh, that is incorrect. Justin?
What is PowerShell game?
A PowerShell game. That is correct. Yep.
Wow.
PowerShell being the command line interface. A
Nice.
shell game being a game you play by moving a ball
Shell
around
game.
in 3. Obviously, you've not
I'll never
scammed
pick
people on
that
the street like
category.
the
I
rest
have
of us.
not. I'm thinking,
Let's hold it over
Frat
to
parties.
PC hardware for 600.
PC hardware for 600. Traditional spinning hard drives have largely been replaced by this technology featuring no moving parts. Cherokee.
what is solid state drives?
Solid state drives is correct. We would have also accepted flash memory or NVMe, all basically the same thing with many, many acronyms. All right, let's move on to our next one. Cherokee, where do you want to go?
PC hardware for 800.
And our clue? The Daily Double. All right, now Cherokee, you have $1,300. How much do you want to wager?
300.
300. Are you sure?
this is
This is
serious,
a great
like,
opportunity.
middle.
All right,
Yeah.
so 300. Our clue is this type of programmable integrated circuit is heavily used in machine learning and artificial intelligence hardware.
I don't know.
Oh, out of time. The correct answer is FPGA, or a field programmable gate array.
Okay.
Very hard question. Smart to reduce the wager there. All right, well, you are still in control of the board. Where would you like to go?
Web technologies for 200.
This basic markup language was the original technology used on the World Wide Web. Justin.
What is HTML?
HTML is correct. And you want to stick with that category?
Let's go to IT security for 400.
All right, login failure limits and account lockouts are some of the methods used to prevent this type of attack. Ronnie.
What is a brute force attack?
Brute force is correct. I also would have accepted a dictionary attack, all basically types of brute force.
IT security for 600.
Mistakenly referred to by many people as SSL, this is the protocol used to secure most web connections. Cherokee.
What is TLS?
TLS, Transport Layer Security, excellent.
All right, web technologies for 400, please.
This term was coined to describe web applications implemented using PHP, MySQL, Linux, and Apache. Justin.
What is LAMP?
LAMP is correct, the LAMP stack. Again, had you not gotten that, it would have been embarrassing.
Absolutely. Let's go web technologies for 800.
Oh,
We
the
got
hidden
one.
question.
Yeah, the hidden question.
This popular web server can also be used as a reverse proxy, load balancer, and even a web page cache. Justin.
What is Nginx?
Nginx is indeed correct. You're going to finish off the category?
Absolutely.
Web technologies for 600 it is. This Microsoft-owned online service provides repository and configuration management services for developers.
Sorry, I think I was early. But what is GitHub?
GitHub is correct. All right, so Cherokee, there's only one category left, only one question left. IT security for 800. Let's see our clue. Input sanitization on web forms is one technique used to stop this type of database attack.
I was early. My bad. What is SQL injection?
It is indeed a SQL cheating injection.
Yeah. I ejected my ring right into the middle of that question.
All right, well, you know, that wraps up our first board. Looking at the scores, it's still a pretty good game. I mean,
Lopsided.
Justin, our returning champion, has jumped significantly with $6,100. Cherokee at $2,200 in second place. Ronnie bringing up the rear, $1,500. Absolutely fair and impartial buzzer usage in this entire competition.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
With no cheating.
Yeah.
I love it. Great.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, that wraps up our second board. We do have our final Jeopardy question coming up. Now, before we go to commercial break, we're going to show the category for that question. Our final Jeopardy category is Design Best Practices. Design Best Practices. So during the break, our contestants are going to think about how much they want to wager. When we get back, we'll have our final Jeopardy question. Stay tuned.
Will you be in or near Gainesville, Florida anytime soon? Then you should come see ITProTV. Make plans to visit the studios. Get a tour. Meet your favorite edutainer. See what goes on behind the scenes every day to bring the best of classroom learning to IT professionals around the world. Simply chat with the member services team on the ITProTV website and let us know when you'll be visiting. We'll see you soon.
All right, welcome back to IT Jeopardy. It is final Jeopardy time. Now, before we jump back into that, I do want to remind everybody that now is a great time to upgrade your ITProTV subscription. We are running a promo code right now, GameShow30. If you punch that in, you can take 30% off of your account for the life of your subscription. And you know, I keep talking about you individually, but if you have a team, you can actually train your entire team with ITProTV by signing up using GameShow30 or reaching out to one of our enterprise reps to talk about setting up a team account. It is a phenomenal way to make sure that your entire staff can gain the benefits of great IT learning. You know, it's one thing to help yourself, but to help your entire team, really useful. Teams. All right, another thing, nothing says Merry Christmas like the gift of ITProTV. If you jump over to itpro.tv/gift, you can buy a gift subscription, send it out to someone you know or love or hate or whatever, you know, anybody. Everybody can benefit from IT learning. A good IT pro is always learning. We always say that. You know what else we say? It's time for Final Jeopardy. All right, our Final Jeopardy question we learned has a category of design best practices. Everybody's determined their wager. Let's see what our question is. This network technology allows you to distribute a workload across multiple servers for scalability, performance, and redundancy. Well, it looks like everyone has come up with an answer, or at least committed to the fate that's about to be imparted upon them. So I am curious to see how this goes. All right, well, all right, let's start, what order do I want? Let's start with Ronnie, right, who went first at the very beginning of the game, so we'll kind of continue with that. Ronnie, what was your question? What are load balancers? That is correct. How much did you wager? $1,500. All right, excellent wager. So that's going to bump you up to $3,000. You are now in second place. Cherokee, what was your answer? What is a load balancer? All right, it's singular versus Ronnie's plural, but it's still a right answer. We'll take it. What is your wager? $2,200. Excellent. That's going to put you back into second place, bumping Ronnie right back to where he was. Now, our reigning champion with $6,100. What was your wager? Or no, what was your answer? Let's start with that. Or question. What do I know? What is a load balancer? You were correct. And did you play it safe or did you go big? $1,000. He played it safe. So that is going to bump you up to $7,700, retaining your title of IT Jeopardy champion. This is glorious. Right? Like, you know,
You didn't see that coming.
I didn't.
there are
You
many,
snuck up on me there.
many great benefits to working at ITProTV, and this is certainly one of them. All right, well, I do want to thank Ronnie and Cherokee for, I don't know, showing up.
Thank you.
Thank you for playing. You know, we can't all be winners, especially you two. So that leads us to the man of the hour, Justin Dennison. Honestly, I wasn't sure if you were going to be able to do a repeat this time around. Last time you won was $0, though, so definitely a big improvement. Congratulations.
That's what kept me from going big, because I risked it all but I'm back, so I figure I need to leave here with some Bitcoin.
All right, well, at some point, we've got to get somebody who can take Justin down. We'll have to work on that or come up with some harder questions. So thank you guys for playing. And for you viewers out there, thank you for watching. We had a lot of fun. Hopefully you had a lot of fun watching as well. Happy holidays, and we'll see you next time on IT Jeopardy.
Promotional consideration for IT Jeopardy provided by ITProTV. Use coupon code GAMESHOW30 to upgrade your subscription today at itpro.tv.